And welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. My name is John.
And I'm Kim.
And we thank you for stopping by on, what is today?
Today's Hump Day. Happy Hump Day.
Today is Hump Day.
Yes.
And I think we have a little bit of a, we may have a mic issue, so we'll talk deliberately.
What's wrong with the mic?
I think it's not quite as active as it could be.
So we have to talk really loud?
Oh yeah, just really, really loud.
Into the microphone?
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, so how's your day been?
Fine. How about yours?
Yeah, pretty good.
John has come back from a Friends of the Fair meeting.
I did.
Exciting
and
news
we have
to
some
report.
exciting news. And the Friends of the Fair meeting, and let's see, on our Friends of the Fair meeting. Now, see the rustling of papers, the suspense. Now,
Your collar.
my collar,
Yes.
I'm kind of rumpled.
Yes.
All right.
The rumpled reporter.
Rumpled reporter. Okay, now, the Friends of the Fair, as you know, as many of you may not know, is an organization that has been formed to help promote and economically support the fair.
Yes.
Okay, it's Friends of the Fair.
Yes.
Not the Fair Board, but they're just Friends of the Fair.
Friends of the Fair. Like we would be considered Friends of the Fair, even though we're not on the
But they're
board.
friendlier.
Yes, they're friendlier than...
Yes, they're much friendlier.
Okay.
Because they're actually
volunteering their time to be Friends of the Fair, right?
and contributing out of their own pockets
Oh,
for
they
a
are?
lot of this
Okay,
stuff. Anyway,
okay,
now,
okay.
one of the things is they want to do a fundraiser for capital improvements to the fair.
Okay.
And where they're going to, have a lot of things to where make capital improvements, make, facilities improvements,
Okay.
different things like that to the fair. Now, they are going to be doing a fundraiser. Now, the fundraiser this year can give you fame and fortune. Literally.
Okay.
Now, for tickets, where's our tickets? Now, this is our next item here. That's the coronation ball. We'll go to that in a second. All right. Okay. Where is our breakdown on our tickets? Okay. Now, for a ticket of $25 or 4 or 5 tickets for $100, you can win. You enter to win $1,000 each day
Oh, wow.
of the fair and $10,000 on the final day of the fair.
Wow. Where's all this money coming from?
It's ticket sales.
Wow.
So, what they are doing is, so that way, and here's how it'll work. Let's see.
Thanks for my Starbucks, by the way.
Sure. All right, and so here's how it's going to work, is that a consensus was reached. This is minutes from last month's meeting, but tells you what what they decided on the fundraiser. Now, the consensus reached with the association, the prizes this year should be cash and awarded during Frog Jump
People like
Weekend.
cash.
Especially
Everybody
this
likes
year.
cash, especially
Yeah.
this year, yes.
There is a $10,000 grand prize awarded Sunday. You don't have to be there to win, and there will be $1,000 awarded each night, and you have to be there to win
Oh, you
the
do.
$1,000 prize, but not the $10,000.
Okay.
And there's going to be the $1,000 prize on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Huh?
I can see it sticking up the back.
Oh, you're doing some.
I'm just,
She's
I
doing
have my
some
mirror.
preening.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do that. You're preening before we go
I know.
in there.
I don't have one of those makeup rooms like a lot of the stars do,
Well, how about your makeup? How about your makeup stylist that helps you?
Yeah, which is nobody.
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 Oh man. All right.
You can
Okay.
tell.
All right. Well, anyway. Okay. So basically, this is going to be it. To where there's going to be $1,000
That's great.
awarded each night of the fair
I'll
that you
make
have to
sure
be there
we-
to
we
win,
buy tickets.
and then
The
10.
press get tickets for free. Just kidding.
I don't think so. And $10,000 on
That's awesome.
the final night of the fair.
Great idea. Great idea.
You think so?
I don't think I'm not plugged in, so I hope my battery just isn't going to go kaput during the middle of this, because it will.
Well,
My battery.
should I have Bob fix it?
Or I can get up and fix it, but
No,
I
I'll
don't
have
really want to
Bob
move.
I'll have Bob fix it. Okay, so anyway, that's...
Bob was
and-
supposed to get to that before we started, but
Oh, okay.
He didn't have time,
Let me do my
so-
next item, then we'll
next
do that.
thing
Well,
on
hang-
Friends of the Fair. Yeah, I was going. I'm not going.
Oh, you
anywhere.
were?
I wasn't
Okay.
going to yak.
All right.
Don't worry.
Oh, and your tickets are going to be sold to you by many of the local organizations. Oh, there you go. All right. Okay.
Yep, there it goes.
Okay. Well,
So you're going to have to do all the yakking tonight.
Well, here we'll move over here so you can look on mine
All
and
right.
talk about something while I
Okay.
fix your.
No, that's okay. I don't even mind to look at.
Oh, you know what to talk about?
No, we're going to talk. We're talking about Friends of the Fair.
Yeah. Well, here's all the stuff. Do you know what the coronation ball is going to be about?
No, I don't.
Well, here you go.
Coronation Ball.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
The Friends of the Calaveras County Fair and Jumping Frogally, or Jumping Frog Jubilee. Frogally. Hey, that's actually a good name. Frogally. What do you think? Jumping Frog Jubilee are pleased to invite you to the Coronation Ball 2009. Save the date, Saturday, May 2nd, 2009, Mark Twain Hall at Frogtown. Social hour from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Special presentation. 72 years of bells and whistles. Dinner at 7 p.m. Dancing from 8 until midnight. Returning to our history, the Friends of the Calaveras County Fair and Jumping Frog Jubilee are excited to bring back the Coronation Ball, honoring those ladies who so gracefully served as the public representatives for the fair and frog jump since 1937. The proceeds from this semi-formal dinner dance will benefit our scholarship programs. Ladies who once held the title of Belle of the Camp or Miss Calaveras will be our special guests and will receive a complimentary ticket, as will the young ladies who currently reign as Miss Calaveras 2008 and her court, and Saddle Queen 2008 and her court. In addition, each of the young ladies vying for this year's title as Miss Calaveras 2009 or Saddle Queen 2009 will each receive one complimentary ticket, returning to our roots as the original Belle of the Camp contestants once did. This year's contestants in each pageant are encouraged to sell tickets to the Coronation Ball. The young lady who sells the most tickets to the ball will be awarded the Belle of the Camp Scholarship. Great idea. So, that is what the Coronation Ball is. So there's going to be a lot of lovely ladies attending for the last 37 years, it looks like, right? Is that what it said?
yeah.
I'm sorry. All of the women who have gracefully served as public representatives for the fair since 1937.
1937.
Kathy Masafera was one of those, wasn't she?
Kathy Masafera was one of them, and she's going to be spearheading this. And one of the interesting things on that is she has, my notes back, she has collected photographs of every
I believe it.
winner.
She's on. How does she do all of it? She
Of
works
every
full
winner.
time. She volunteers all of her time.
starting with
She's wonderful.
the 1937 winner, Belle of the Camp, Betty Cummings. Now, Betty Cummings, I believe, will be there.
Wow, isn't that wonderful?
I think she's like 87 or 88
Okay.
years old.
So now, when is the fair? Isn't it? What month is the fair in?
May.
So is this during the
Just
fair?
before.
Then? Oh, just before. Okay.
Yeah, the week before.
Okay.
All right. So now this is kind of an interesting thing. Is her archives? We were talking to Kathy about this several times, off and on for the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting thing is she has collected the pictures, the history of this. Now there are pictures.
you imagine?
The queens used to do kind of a tour promoting the frog jump. They would be posing with people down in Hollywood with a frog.
Wow.
There is
It's
pictures.
very famous, this frog jubilee.
Yeah,
This Frogily.
and it could be even
More famous.
more famous.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was very kind of interesting.
Well, I wonder if she will give us some of those pictures.
And there's
to put
even
up
a
on our
frog
website.
jump thing at Disneyland. Did you know that?
No, I
frog
didn't know
jump
that.
way.
During. Oh, really?
Yeah, so even Disneyland
Wow.
views it as part of Americana.
Well, that's a good excuse to go to Disneyland. What do you think? Go cover frog. What's it called? Frog Jump Way? What'd you call it? I'm sorry. It's
Well, there's
late.
a picture.
Okay.
Yeah, of it. So frog jump in Disneyland, frog jump way or frog.
So
frog
great
jump
things
plot.
the Friends of the Fair are doing, it sounds like. What a wonderful, wonderful thing they're doing. Right?
Yep. And the interesting thing about the tickets being sold is that, let's say you buy your ticket from a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout or an FFA booster or from ACBA or the AMA, MBA, Murphy's Rotary, Murphy's Lions, Sir Optimus, Bret Hart boosters, Calaveras Chamber Angels, Gun Club, Churches, Native Sons, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, Arts Council, Calaveras Little League, Historical Society, Friends of the Fair, Mokel Community, or a booth at the fair.
What happens?
A percentage of that ticket, $5 of that ticket, goes to support the organization
that
selling it.
organization. Wow.
So, like,
Cool.
so if you're buying a $25 ticket from a Boy Scout, their organization just made $5.
That's great. Great idea. Good job, Friends of the Fair.
And we have video.
We
that
do
we'll
have
be
video of
posting
the
later.
full evening. Yes.
Not the full evening. We got like the half an hour where they're talking about
Oh, that stuff.
the stuff.
You didn't do the whole night.
My battery went dead.
Oh gosh. And do you have an extra battery with you? Okay.
We got the bulk of it.
All right.
We got the bulk
Well,
of
we
it.
have a lot of information on last night's city council meeting, don't we? Did you see that?
And want to say thank Victor Claveau. He's doing a
Victor
wonderful.
Claveau is one of our newest writers. You will see him out and about. We have a picture of him on the pinetree.net, and he went to his first one to report on City of Angels meeting, and I felt like we were getting the minutes of the meeting. Did you see it? Did you look? Did you actually look
It's
at
very
it?
thorough.
Yes, it's
Very
very
thorough.
thorough. And I told him,
Very
Victor,
nice.
you don't have to be this thorough next time, you poor thing. It probably took you hours because they didn't even adjourn at 9 p.m. They adjourned to a closed session.
Yeah.
So he was there from 6 to 9. Look at. Did you see this? Look at.
Now that
I mean, he went through. It's like reading the minutes
man
of the meeting. Look at that. Can you believe that?
Now, normally when we have people contribute articles for the Pine Tree, we strive for them to get about 3 paragraphs, because
Yes.
that's kind of the sweet
Yes.
spot for like
For
the
Google.
search engine stuff
Uh-huh.
and everything else. This is like way over that
Yes,
mark.
he does
This
is doing
is
an
just
excellent job.
boom.
Let me see. They talked about the consideration of issuing order of abatement of public nuisance continued from 1609. Dorothy Cachero represented herself and provided a progress report on her efforts
that-
to comply with the order to clean up her property.
Is that something you wanted to? Am I a public nuisance
The
that you wanted
council,
them to
yes, I'd like
abate?
to- yes. The council allowed a 30-day extension. That was very nice of them to do that. Closure of alleyway off Pacific Street, as recommended by the Safety Services Committee, which was continued from last month's meeting also. Alleyway borders Mark Twain Elementary School. Alleyway is used by residents to access their garages and backyards. In past, alleyway was used by some residents to store or dismantle automobiles. Would closure hinder the fire department?
So you could
Answer.
dismantle your automobile there.
The fire department would have a
Nice.
key to the gate. This could delay access by fire crews in an emergency. So they had a lot of discussion on this. They basically voted 4-1 to continue the matter. They then went to the regular meeting. Actually, the meeting started at 5 p.m. I think he was there for like 4 hours. Good grief. Okay, Tim McSorley discussed President Obama's economic stimulus package and explained the $3 billion have been earmarked for California, $1 billion of which would go to the state government, and $2 billion would go to local projects such as roads. Recommended that the city request a share of these funds for local projects.
And you knew that.
Completion of the Highway 4 bypass project may be delayed due to lack of funds. An exception to finish the project has been sought. Retired police officer Donnie Brookshire questioned why the city has 10 police officers when the recommendation of the Peace Officers Research Association is 1 sworn officer for every 1,000 people. He stated that the position of the police officer is the most expensive position in city government. He also questioned why it is deemed necessary to approve a police officer's salary increase of 21%. In addition, Mr. Brookshire stated his opposition to the enlargement of the sewer plant. He stated that the city has $6.5 million in the bank, which has been accumulated by overcharging residents for water and sewer services.
So he wasn't happy?
So he was not a happy man. He further stated that the anticipated population growth rate of 3% is not realistic when the city lost 90 residents in 2008. In 1910, where the city's population was 4,000. Today it is 3,760.
So over the last 100 years, we've
Mr.
lost.
Brookshire asked the council not to approve the expansion of the water treatment plant. Mayor Lynch asked that the discussion be continued after the council's subcommittee meeting to be held on Friday the 11th of February at 8:30 a.m.
See, one of the wrinkles on that is the city may not have any choice to expand it because of the state regulations.
Yes.
So things aren't always as simple as they seem when you're on the city council, because
know,
there
it's
are
not.
there
Very
are
tough.
lots of times there are regulations forced upon the city that they must comply with. So
Ann Forrest also narrated a 15-minute PowerPoint presentation with the brand leadership team quarterly update
very nice.
on the promotion of the Angels Camp as the mountain sports capital. She explained that 20% of the tourist dollars is spent on the lure, sports activity, and 80% is spent on food, lodging, and entertainment. Council approved the continuation of the project. For further information on this project, you can contact Dixon at 559-4781, Dixon Collins or Ann Forrest at 736-2236.
You know what? I'm really embarrassed.
Lode Hotel. What are you embarrassed about? How well
Victor's,
he did?
Victor's kicking my keister, man.
The Lode Hotel was back on the agenda. Consideration of abatement. I guess the person that owns the hotel has not been complying.
I can't hold Victor's pencil.
I know. It's like,
I
man.
know.
I said, you don't need to do this for all the meetings. Code Enforcement Officer Olin Murphy stated that no action has been taken by hotel owner Mr. Ashlock to comply with the abatement of the hotel and suggested that city move ahead with the legal process requiring the abatement. The city required that the front deck and overhanging porch be removed and replaced and is considered to be a safety hazard. So I guess he's not complying. Let me see. Council directed that a building permit be issued on January 21st, allowing the deck to be removed and replaced. That Mr. Ashlock complete the project within 15 days. A review of matter would take place at the next council meeting. Let me see. They talked about the fire severity zone map. They talked about the water element plan. You see anything here? Let me see.
It's like you got it. You covered the Lode Hotel, all the rest of this stuff.
He just did. I mean, he was very thorough. Thank you so much. He
Very
even
nice.
said who was present, who was absent,
Yeah.
and everything. So that was kind of a rundown on the meeting that happened last night. You can take a look at thepinetree.net. We also had inauguration parties last night for our new president, Barack Obama.
Yep. Murphy down. Now Joanna and Bob
I
Reagan.
emailed them and told them we got lost.
We got lost
then we had
on
to
their way.
be some
Yeah,
doing something
so
else.
we apologize. We were invited to another party that we didn't get to.
Well,
because
we got lost.
We got lost.
So
And Kim was driving, so it's her fault.
I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't? Oh, okay. But downtown Murphy's was filled with revelers last night in an event organized by the East Calaveras Democrats. There was they had live music, they had Shiraz, they had Still Bill. It was centered around
nice.
the area
I actually
of...
there was a comment here that somebody actually got proposed to last night there.
Wow, so
Yeah, so they were
Obama
receiving-
put him in a marrying
everybody
mood?
He put everybody in a good mood.
In a mating mood.
In a mating mood.
After all, never mind. It is hump day.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, had to. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was even a proposal last night.
Yes, there was
huh?
there apparently. Yes, there was a
Wow.
proposal. Yes, there.
So all the music
event.
and
everything
good
just got everybody
vibes.
in a mood. Obama's going to change everything. You know, he's going to.
Well, he has
fix
set
everything.
the tone.
He has.
He has set a more
He has
positive
set
tone.
Yes. So hopefully
Which
there will be
is
some changes.
The power of the bully pulpit of the presidency.
Yes.
And a little bit on weather that's kind of
And we will
sad a
be
little
carrying
bit.
his weekly radio addresses every Saturday.
We will.
He does his weekly radio address. You can look at thepinetree.net for that. You have some sad news, but that it's raining and not snowing.
All right. As many of you follow the site, usually we're kind of rah, everything's hunky-dory.
But you know what? Look, there's chance of snow the rest of the week.
I know, it may turn around tonight.
Yes.
But
it looks like Thursday, 70% chance tomorrow.
As of right now,
it's raining.
it's raining.
But I think if you have a 70% chance of snow tomorrow, it's going to snow.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So don't make it sound so glum.
Okay.
All right.
So it's actually doing...
I bet by tonight, as the temperatures drop, it'll start snowing.
Yeah.
So basically, we have a chance of snow all the rest of this week. Looks like through Sunday. But
Yeah.
tomorrow is the biggest chance of 70% chance of snow.
Yeah.
We need it.
But we do. We need the
It's funny,
precipitation.
it came so hard
In
during
any
the
form.
Christmas break,
And cold.
and thought it was never going to end, and now it's
Yeah,
like
it was really, really cold. One of those nights it was like 9 degrees and stuff like
Yes.
that. It's like, but now it's almost balmy.
It's not balmy.
All right, okay.
So we had inauguration. We had. Did we talk about the Sierra Pacific Industries Plans fire break last week? I think we did.
I think we did.
We went
Yeah.
to fireworks at Bear Valley on Saturday evening, along with the torchlight parade,
Which was very
We
cool.
will have video of that up later. John's slacking a little bit,
Sorry.
getting tired in his old age.
It'll be up.
I'm just teasing. There was a couple of things that happened over in Tuolumne County this last week. kind of interesting. Let me see here. 3 suspects arrested for resisting a peace officer and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. 1 juvenile taken to the hospital for alcohol-related poisoning.
Huh.
On January 17th, at approximately midnight, sheriff's deputies were dispatched to a reported party call in the 21,000 block of Cedar Springs Road in Twain Harte. It was reported there was an unconscious juvenile inside of the residence who was in need of medical attention.
Wow.
I hate hearing that. When deputies arrived, they were met with resistance from partygoers. One of them was identified as Chad Caspery. Caspery refused to let deputies inside. Deputies requested entry into the residence numerous times. They did not comply due to the severity of the situation. The juvenile who was unconscious, they forced their way into the residence. That person was arrested for delaying and resisting a peace officer. When they arrived, they found a 17-year-old male unconscious. An ambulance was requested to the scene. While attending to the juvenile, 2 other partygoers, Janelle and Nicole Grillo, refused to comply with deputies' commands.
Wow.
I hope this person's okay. He had a blood alcohol limit 3 times.
3
over
times?
the legal limit. Very
Wow.
sad. 17 years old is way too young. I never drank as a teenager. If I did, I would always go throw up. Were you a big drinker as a high schooler?
Oh yeah, I was just
big partier.
Yeah, it was,
I remember having like 1 beer and then going and throwing up all night. So
yeah, I was
not meant for me.
I was just a big partier.
So there was
it's me.
something else that happened over there.
Yeah, I was one
Deputy
of those.
assaulted.
I was one of those big partying
I think we both were.
non-drinker
Yeah,
vegetarians.
yeah.
One of those. Yeah, I was just a wild and crazy guy.
So tonight we have going on the Parks and Recreation meeting, which Victor is attending. So I'm sure we'll have a full report on that tomorrow when he
I
returns.
bet we will.
Tomorrow night is the Chamber of Commerce mixer.
Valley Springs. Where's it
being
at?
held in Valley Springs. Let me see. Let me get it out real quick. It's a stove place, I believe. The Chamber mixer will be held at Top Quality Insulation and Fireplaces on Main Street in Valley Springs.
Yeah, they'll be
Top
cooking.
Quality is one of the leading businesses in Calaveras County and will be opening their showroom for the mixer. They feature beautiful fire.
Person close to the decision said, after her surviving uncle, Senator Edward Kennedy, suffered a seizure on Inauguration Day, Caroline Kennedy had misgivings about taking on the new job.
That's right, he did. But they say he's okay after that.
Yeah, so she's out, she's in.
And now she's in, right? Okay.
I think so.
All right.
Also, President Obama was re-sworn in.
Okay.